Shane Ward asked us, what is the funniest story you have of someone trying to decide what tartan to pick?
Okay.
Like someone who's just caught in the confusion of, how do I choose which tartan it is?
Yeah, how far down the rabbit hole did they go?
Yeah. I don't know if funny is the word.
Yeah,
You know?
there's differing levels of frustration or indecisiveness. The only story that I would have that's funny, for lack of a better term, is a customer of ours, Sean Smith from Ohio. He is so obsessed. How obsessed is he? He's so obsessed that the man found a Scottish shop that was going out of business, bought their swatch books that they actually have, like that we carry in the store, bought all of their swatch books, paid good money for these things, and has them in his house so he can look through and pine over which one of the tartans are going to be, his next purchase.
Wow.
That's a whole different level of dedication, especially because I think he paid something like $500 just for the swatch books.
Really?
Yeah, well, in fairness, swatch books ain't cheap.
Well, that's true. That's true. Okay.
The mills, some of the mills charge for swatch books, other mills don't, and some charge exorbitant prices for theirs. But yeah, that's the only standout story I can think of.
Okay.
With somebody
That's pretty
thinking
extreme.
about stuff. That is.
So it's like, some people's houses you go and you're waiting for them to bring out the drinks, and you're just looking at the coffee table books, and you're like, oh, wow, Scotland.
Here's my wedding photo
Castles of
album.
Scotland. That's cool. Yeah. At Sean's house, it's all swatch books.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's like a book of coasters. I don't know. I think it's more a question of I've had many times doing sales, sharing somebody's pain, where it's taken them hours to decide which tartan they wanted, and we try to narrow it down to, like, 3 is a magic number. So we'll basically start with, like, all the variants of your clan tartan. Okay, and then all the sub-variants that, I really don't like the mark. Okay, and we take that away, and we come right down to like 3. And then still, that process of elimination sometimes can take some people so long. It's like we'll wind up taking them over to some other part of the showroom and fitting them out with a jacket and stuff like that, and then come back to it. And even then, sometimes they just can't make up their minds. So if you're in that sort of a quandary, if you're expecting to be, what I've always recommended in the past is think ahead a little bit, if you can, and get the swatches ahead of time, take them home, and magnetize them to the refrigerator. And just look at them every morning when you go to get your breakfast. So you have your top 2 or 3 choices, and at some point,
cereal.
Yeah, and
Staring directly.
Probably at some point, like in a week or a month or whatever, you're gonna see, like, that's it. You know what I mean? It's just the more you're exposed to them for a long period of time, the more likely it is that one's gonna pop out as your gut instinct telling you that's the one you want.
Or the more, I would take that exact thing and go the exact extreme opposite.
The way you do.
As I do. You're going to look at them, and over time, you're going to get used to both of them and kind of say, either one's going to be fine. I just got to do one.
Sure.
And you're not going to have a strong, visceral, I need that one kind of reaction. If you don't have that to start with, then I'd say then you're never really going to get it. You just kind of wear yourself down and kind of go, I love them both. Either one's going to be fine.
Yeah, sometimes you wind up getting both in the fullness of time. It's like you have tiered voting. You have your top choice, and then you have the one you save up money for another time. Where it gets more complicated, painfully, is when a spouse or someone's involved, and you have a disagreement over which tartan they are interested in you having, especially for like a wedding. That can become an interesting point of discussion that I've seen unfold several times and go in various different directions. If they have a vision of what they think you look good in that is different from your vision, that can be interesting. And I don't know what the solution to that one is, except, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Battling to the death. Swords, dueling pistols.
Well, that's why we have the pit.
Yeah,
out back.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the big long like sticks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
You have the cardboard tubes that the tartan comes in.
Yep.
Just
I hate having to feed the alligators in the bottom of the pit though. Like they're nasty.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I hope that helps.